Okay, you too. Really cool. Let's check out Jason, who is in Athens, Georgia. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, man?
We are doing really well.
As usual. So, super excited about the whole Tim Tebow coming to the Jaguars. I guess, he has to make the roster or whatever. But, of course, people are doubting him as usual. But I think it's a great idea, even if he really isn't a factor on the team as a player. You got to think about it. Look at that quarterback room. There's no one else on that There's no one else on that roster that's won a playoff game as a quarterback. Tim Tebow's done that. So that's one thing. Two, he won a national championship just like Trevor Lawrence. So I think they can connect with that, both winners. And also, too, Tebow's, just a great morale for the team. He's a leader. And, I think he could definitely help Trevor in the quarterback room. I mean, he proved well with the Broncos. And also, too, he's a strong Christian just like Trevor. They both, are kind of, were faces of college football at some point. So I think they would get along together, and he could really mentor Trevor into being a great professional. Then obviously him and Urban working together, he can tell Trevor what it's like to be a quarterback under Urban Meyer. And I really think that could help Trevor, be more comfortable in his first season. So I was wondering what you think about that, just have him on the roster.
I have hoped for a long time that he would find a path back to football, and I never was sold on the baseball career. Frankly, I just think it was too much to overcome. And, he showed promise, but that was never going to happen, ever. I mean, yeah, he hit a couple of home runs, but because he has power. But football, to me, was something that I think he's always chased. I happened to be with him a lot, but I was with him just days after he was cut by the Philadelphia Eagles. And a lot of people thought he was going to make that team when Chip Kelly was there. And he just shook it off. I mean, he never avoided the question, never avoided the subject, but you could tell deep down that there was an unfulfilled desire somewhere that he was going to try. And he tried it with baseball, but that was the wrong sport. I wish he had tried it a couple of years earlier with football, but I think he's settled down now. He was married a year ago, and plus the pandemic, you have a lot of time to sit around like we all have, talk about things that normally you wouldn't go into as much detail. And I think and then when Urban showed up there, I think it was obvious to him this was the next path.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Tim Tebow, whatever ends up happening, wherever he ends up, he's going to be happy and have a positive attitude. So that's special. But I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for a summer. I went to a Charlotte Knights game when he was playing. And,
right.
Boy, I mean, he plays for the Syracuse Mets, but I've never seen so much orange and blue.
Oh, yeah.
You go to that game, even in Charlotte, there's Florida stuff everywhere. It's crazy to think about. But it's funny, just got on the line with you. And, you can you can do politics, you do everything, man. I hear about the pipeline. That's my news source. I'm telling everybody the gas pipeline just got up and running. Like, where do you hear that? Oh, Paul Feinbaum show.
Yeah, and I like everybody today, I had to go out and do something early, and I drove by a gas station. I was curious. I mean, if it had not been a long line, yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, because that's really what everyone's talking about. But as I finished somewhere, I had to go pick something up. I said, no, there's no way. But people, I don't understand. I guess first of all, if you need gas, you have to get it, okay? But if you didn't need it, Jason, and I'm where you used to live in Charlotte, and it was for some reason this place was harder hit than any other place. Why would you go get gas when you know it's coming in a day or two?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people just overhype and freak out about stuff, and they think, oh, if I get it all, I can make a profit off of it. And you're like, oh, what if it, gets hacked again or whatever? But yeah, I'm glad to hear we'll be up and running soon.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for the call, and really good to hear from you, Jason. All the best to you in your career. And by the way, I'm not being critical. I mean, there are a lot of people out there that need that aren't going to be able to function if they don't pull their truck or car into a gas line, even if it takes 45 minutes. And there was no guarantee it would be up and running. But I do want to stress, because I know a lot of you are out there looking for gas stations, it is back. That doesn't mean that the gas stations will be replenished tomorrow. It will take a few days. Not that I'm an energy reporter. I'm not. I'm just reading what's being disseminated. But probably by this weekend or early next week, it will be business as usual. So I say that to those of you who don't have to have a full tank of gas. I just hate this because it's disruptive. I was on a major thoroughfare and into a huge shopping mall where the gas station was, and it was taking people 30 or 40 minutes. I finally was able to dart in and out of traffic to get away from there. But that's not easy. I mean, a lot of you are stuck. So anyway, we'll take a break here. You want to give us a ring on your gas experience? Go right ahead. It's 855-242-7285. We'll head down to Baton Rouge in a few minutes. Until then, your phone calls.